All right, welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. It's been a while, and you were getting us right here on the back of a very fascinating and enlightening admission by Jean, which I am not going to repeat for all the internet to hear because I feel like it's deeply personal, probably protected medical information. So it's like it just wouldn't be appropriate.
Under HIPAA.
Even though he's not in this country, it still is covered by our country's
Oh, that's nice.
privacy laws.
That's kind.
Right. I'm Joe. I'm going to be your handler again. It's been a while since we've been here. I'm joined by my good friends Dace, playing Busiek.
Oh, yeah.
We're joined by Jean, playing Benedict.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the vibe Benedict's bringing today? Like much more? Okay. And then, of course, Hank playing Brad. Of course.
Hello.
That's right, Brad. Hank
I would
is
like to
pushing
know
through.
How many Dr. Weird fans we have.
Dr. Weird
Because I want to actually say what I was going to say before you cut me off.
Would you like to explain who Dr. Weird is for literally everybody in the world?
Yeah, clearly everyone
point
knows
is
exactly
not-
who we're
everyone knows.
talking about.
But what he looks like is basically like the first version. It's like, okay, we need a mad scientist character. It's like the first sketch of like a version someone was brainstorming, like, yes, let's go with that. You know, that's what he looks like.
But you're describing the whole show, Brad. Everything is
Yeah.
the very first rough version
Like it.
of what someone did, which is why
Even
it's
the
so,
script.
which is
This
why
is
it's
an obscure
so,
character from a show called Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
for
context.
Thank you, Dace,
This
for
is-
bringing in everyone else.
His official description is he's a mad scientist who lives in an abandoned insane asylum in the rainy South Jersey Shore. He has appeared in every episode of Season 1 and Season 2 in cold openings with the catchphrase, "Gentlemen, behold," to his assistant Steve.
I think to call those cold opens is generous. Well, like we were talking at the beginning before the show about I don't know how we got an Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and it did bring up, and it turns out 3 of the 4 of the people currently on this call, not the biggest fans. I'll let you guess who is into it based off.
Dude, a fucking a piece of meat, some fries, and a shake
yeah.
live together and pay rent.
Oh yeah,
It's hilarious.
So to you, you're just like, how do they pay for things? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like the little detail, like their lawn's always not cut. You know, it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the writers were like, I feel like what does it say that they don't cut their lawn? Like, what does it mean?
Right.
Just the sheer craft that was put into that show.
Well, so we were talking about this, and it's like, and it's a bit of a deep cut, like, and I think that for us, as like people in our 30s, like, like that, we were probably the target demographic when that show came out. When
Never say
Aqua Teen
my
Hunger
age on
Force
the
came
internet,
out.
Joe.
Pardon me.
30-ish.
Cut it from the record. Can we strike that from the record, please? Okay, thank you. Like it never even happened. But I feel like we were like the target demographic, and I was gonna ask you guys about other shows like that, like Beavis and Butthead or Ren and Stimpy. Like, were you into those like absurdist humor, like kind of like hyper wacky,
I guess
kind
that
of shows?
Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead was like kind of a generation before us.
It's a little
older.
older than us, yeah.
Almost all across the board, no, with the exception of Robot Chicken.
Same. And Family Guy.
Yeah.
In the same region.
I don't think Family Guy is in the same
Family Guy
category.
in that genre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Jean. I know your life. In your life, a talking dog is mind-boggling, and I want you to know I'm with you.
We don't get those there.
on that.
Here.
Yeah, it's not like an American phenomenon. I want you to know it's not normal here yet.
Well, Robot Chicken also has like it's a sketch show. And I feel like sketch shows can afford to be a little bit more wacky.
A little more wacky,
You know,
yeah.
it's like you have a palate cleanser after, it's with Robot Chicken like 30 seconds or less,
Right.
Weren't they? They were like
True.
They were 12 minutes long though, right? Because it's like you cannot make skits of 30 seconds string together for longer than 12 minutes before your brain melts. I think that was the theory.
I think, but they still showed them 2 at a time.
Yes,
to get to the.
And it also had like the pop culture references. So even if you didn't really think it's funny, it's kind of like, oh, it's Star Wars, type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like there's definitely there's I guess nowadays it's like on the internet, like it'd be called like, oh, that's absurdist humor. It's like, but there's definitely was a time where that was very niche, and like people knew about, like, if you mentioned cornholio in the right group of people, like you were like, oh, like you were just gonna get, it's gonna be a rip
cornholio kills. That's my go-to joke. I'll just walk into a party and say cornholio
and pull your shirt over your head. John, if you don't know what we're talking about, you're not missing much.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, good.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Joe is procrastinating from a very, very long recap that he needs to do.
Oh, crap, I am.
Let him have fun.
I'm sorry.
Let him have his fun.
Before I have to get to work. Yeah.
What about Kung Pao Enter the Fist? Would that fall into that category?
Yeah.
I go pee-pee standing up.
That's a lot of nuts has survived in the meme community pretty well. Well, but I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot different. I think things like Kung Pao Enter the Fist, which it's like the Naked Gun of spoof movies,
Sort
right?
of,
It's
yeah.
like like it's meant to be a spoof movie. That is what it is. Like it's not the same as Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead and
I think
Aqua Teen
Leslie
Hunger Force.
Nielsen would be insulted to be
I really.
Oh, really?
hope
You
Dowdy's
don't
listening.
Kung Pao.
I don't know, man. I think one, Dowdy's listening.
He'll be
might
so
be dead.
disappointed. Oh no.
I mean,
listening,
the guy does fart jokes in interviews. I'm sure he loves Kung Pao.
He probably thinks that Kung Pao is gold. Well, okay.
I
how about
implore you to
this?
reconsider.
I implore you to reconsider. Well, okay. So here's the thing. Do you think that a movie like Naked Gun series or the Hot Shots or Kung Pao, do you think they're good movies or are they just good comedies? Like are they the kind of things you're like, this is cinema? Like I don't really think so.
I don't know. You
I'm
can.
gonna go with neither.
It's a great.
John.
I don't know.
Hot take.
It's a blurry line for sure. I don't want to be a pompous. I'd say it's great cinema. That's what I'm gonna say. Stamp.
You're gonna go with great cinema.
Yeah.
Kung Pao Into the Fist, right
Yes.
up there with Schindler's List. Just,
Dude.
it's when
How
you
many
put
quotes
beside
do you
each
know
other.
from Schindler's List, Joe?
You're right. I don't remember how many times how many times
Was that
has Schindler's
Schindler?
List been memed?
Oh, so cute.
It just throws. I'm gonna have to. I feel like if I tried to watch Kung Pao Into the Fist with my wife, I feel like she would just like get up and be like, "I'm gonna go stay with my mom for a while." Like
Lose
she
a
would
lot
just.
of respect for you. You just be constantly quoting it.
Yeah, it's probably actually better for me in a lot of ways to not rewatch it, so that I'm not repriming myself with that concept.
So, I did try to rewatch it a few years ago, and I didn't make it all the way through. I feel like if I watched it with a friend, I would have a blast.
Yeah.
But
I
rewatching it alone in bed at night,
I feel like
it's not a good look.
when we first watched it, didn't we have it on DVD and it wasn't you and I watching it on repeat?
Hell yeah, we got it from Blockbuster or something.
Yeah.
That might be the movie that I have the most quotes memorized from, and I'm not proud to say it. That and The Lighthouse. That's my personality in a nutshell.
There's like
That is a
real
serious
gap.
range. Dace has range, in case you didn't know.
there's 4 major movies that Dace's household introduced me to. One of them was Kung Pao Enter the Fist. In kind of the same vein was Mighty Python, Holy Grail.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Anime, Akira, because
Ah.
I think Jessica had that and we
Right, yeah.
took it. and watched it for like at a way too young age.
Way too young.
The Matrix.
Yeah. Well, I remember consuming Monty Python the Holy Grail. God. Oh, Pumpkin Cakes just mentioned Airplane and Airplane 2.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Dude,
so
Hey,
good.
home, I can dig it.
we don't have to keep talking about this, but it was one of the most epic things that's ever happened to me. So, me and like some other Hershey and like some other guys from our school, we all quit football in 9th grade at the same time. So they didn't know what to do with us. So we just went to a study hall. And I forgot the teacher's name, but she didn't know what to do with us. So she just let us pick a movie to watch. And we're like, yeah, this is fine. So we watched Airplane.
Oh my god.
And
a bunch of 9th graders watching Airplane.
And it was hilarious and great. And we came up with a scheme because we knew she was going to cut it off as soon as the tits came on. So Sal got in front of her and like distracted her. And then right when the tits came on, everybody was like, yeah! And then the teacher was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's not. I feel like that's a very unique to you Airplane experience, Leslie Nielsen experience, Brad.
It was epic.
Oh god.
Knock yourself a pro, Slick.
Well, listen, speaking of experiences that need a lot of background context to make sense, let's talk about where we are at Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. How about that?
Here we go.
All right. Last time, guys. Does anyone remember what was the last thing that happened? Anybody?
Hell no.
And by the way, for our listening audience, especially our especially our listening audience who listens later to the podcast, it has been at least a month, maybe 2, since we played Delta Green Impossible Landscapes because
music from a dark room.
Well, music from a dark room, and then we had the D&D one shot.
True.
So it's been a minute because it's currently early February, and we played the D&D one shot at the end of December, or mid-December. So yeah, it's been at least 2 months. Jeez. So last time with the guys, Hank, Busiek, Benedict, you guys are at the end of a long road, longer for 2 of you than Busiek, as you guys are moving ever closer to Carcosa, ever closer to the center of everything, as you're being pulled in. You guys entered the Hotel Broad Alban. You guys descended down into the labyrinth. You lost Benji. You found Benedict. All this time kind of going along with this, this note that you found from Abigail.
Busiak,
find J.C. Linson.
Sorry, I can't let it go. We found Busiak.
What? I said that.
No.
I said it, Jean.
No, it's on the record. You fucking play that back, motherfucker.
Did you guys hear me say it?
I'll be honest, I was checked out.
Okay.
I heard Busiak.
Anyway, you guys were kind of like following this list that you found all the way back when you came out of the night world and the asylum. Find JC Lance. Go now. Find the hotel, the labyrinth, the author, the bottle, the city, the lake, its shadow, the battle, then the party, the dance, the girl in blue, the one singing. Nothing is true except out is through. So you guys are significantly further down that list. Like there was a bit there where it's like it was kind of dragging for you to knock things off the list, and it was like blam, because you found the city, you found its shadow, the Carcosa underneath the lake. You descended down, and you right now are in the middle of the war zone. You guys crash down, and it's always important to remind ourselves that Busiek saved Hank's life.
Goddamn
right
hero.
As you guys descended down, that he's the hero we deserve, and the hero we need, and the leader.
Why do we need any of us? Let's just listen to Busiek the entire episode.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to turn the call off for you guys. I'm going to mute you. It's just going to be me and Dace. But you guys pushed through Carcosa, the Twin City version of Carcosa. You ran across a family of locals who were dead and not dead. You eventually pushed into the war zone. You met an anarchist who gave you a bomb, and then exploded shortly thereafter. And you pushed through. You encountered a German Luftwaffe pilot who you dispatched before or who you managed to avoid getting blown up by. There are different combatants. There are Russians. There are Germans. There's these like weird Turk people. And you guys are currently in the middle of the war zone. The last thing that happened, you guys were kind of moving through this no man's land, and you drew artillery fire that was zeroed into your location. And we had a very crunchy last episode where we were like, okay, I can't remember if it was Benedict or Hank. One of you guys was like, was it Benedict? Yeah. One of you guys was like, oh, you're dead. Like, you're completely dead. You've taken so much damage. But then we remembered you guys were wearing body armor, and we were able to get through it, and you guys are able to push through this area. And Busiak, again, being the hero, the leader, a true just like men amongst men, again, saves you guys, starts to patch you guys back up, and you guys realize as Benedict and Hank are miraculously healed all the way back to max in this unnatural way, and Busiak, who's way more sane than these guys, unfortunately actually passes his sanity check and realizes that the unnatural is at work here, and is unable to heal himself. So that is where we are. You guys have just cleared this area where you nearly died, where you were being bombarded by artillery shells. Go ahead.
So, but right before this, this is before we met the people with like holes in their head. One of the groups asked us to take a bomb to the palace, right?
Exactly. That was the anarchist. Yeah.
Okay, they gave us the bomb, and then that's what sent us into the battlefield, basically, or the artillery. Okay.
Exactly. And this whole time, you guys are moving toward the palace. There's this big, kind of like, this bowl, kind of Kremlin-esque, like topped palace in the far distance. And as you guys have been moving through, it's like it always seems to be kind of in one direction. And it's like and no matter how far you went, it was like the battlefield was always between you and it. And now you're moving through the battlefield to the best of your ability, through the war zone, toward the palace, toward the center of everything. And something that was interesting when you guys did interact with the family, is you realize that they were you told them that you were going to the palace, you were going to the ball, and they were like it was like they just met celebrities. Like, they were like, oh my god, you're going to the palace, oh, you must be very important. And even the guy who gave you the bomb, it's like, oh, you're going to the palace, it's like you're gonna take this bomb in there, and it's very important. You get the feeling that, and again, you guys have known for a while, definitely Hank and Benedict, that you guys are at the middle of something. You guys are a part of something big, a part of this grand story. And you've been told many times in many different iterations by many different people that you're playing your part. And right now, your part is apparently to go to the ball. But right now, you've got much bigger fry, much more bigger, more immediate, more explodey fish to fry as you guys are continuing through the war zone. Have we lost Jean?
No.
Or is he very still? Oh, there he is. Okay.
I have a question. My hand is up.
Go.
We had the Black Wind, who had fezzes. They were the foreign invaders. We had the King Stooges, and I think one of us is wearing the King Stooges uniform, and the other two were wearing those the Black Wind uniforms. And then there was the people, the uprising, right?
Yes, so you've run into different factions. There's the Black Wind, who wear this dark gray uniform with fezzes, and they're the ones who like kind of have this like Turk kind of like almost Middle Eastern feel, but that combination of like Middle Eastern and Eastern European, that kind of feel to them. Yes, there is a group that are the King's soldiers who wear this like audacious like parade marching like outfit that feels very inappropriate to actual warfare. It's just like red and yellow, with like big fancy epaulets stuff. And then you've also run into, especially Benedict having some military history in his back. Like, these are definitely like Soviet like conscript World War II soldiers, and you guys have seen Germans, like in their like grayish, well, what is this, like greenish gray, like kind of like service, like field uniforms and stuff. You ran into the Luftwaffe pilot back before you guys entered the war zone. So yeah, there's a lot going on. But yes, there appears to be some type of resistance.
My question was about if you were to be saved by a certain firefighter, do you think that would make him a Bond? Would that bond you? Would that bond you as a firefighter? Such as, like, I remember Hank Ellis also saved me, and even Benji Potts. Sorry, I saved Hank Ellis, and I bonded to him, and then Benji, I was saved by him. The poor soul, he's deceased now. Would you say that would be
God bless him.
bonded to Busiak?
So for those of you who are playing Greenbox Gaming Bingo at home, go ahead and mark on your sheet where Jean tries to argue for some type of bonus. Go ahead and mark that on your sheet. Because
Benedict is toxic. He's so what is it when you rely on other people?
Codependent.
Yeah, codependent.
It's the only way he's made it this far, man. This old
bonds
editor.
everybody that's in his vicinity.
He's a
He
parasite.
literally used Jeremy as like, go into that little closet and drown and become insane.
He sure did.
This is his mechanic.
Sounds
all
like
right?
Benedict doesn't want to go insane.
That's what it sounds like to me.
He has two things. He
All right.
smashes mirrors. He has three things. He smashes mirrors. He sends other people into the fray. And I forgot the third thing.
That's enough. I think that's funny. All right. So because Jean is like this,
I'm just
I
trying
would
to
like
be fair,
everyone.
Joe.
I would like everyone to roll me a sanity check. Please tell me what you get.
Oh,
God damn it. What? Seems
Christ.
unnecessary.
Be angry at Jean.
Benedict fails.
Success for Busiak.
fail for Hank.
What Benedict or what Busiak get?
He got a 20
What Busiak?
under 64.
Okay, so he passed. Okay. So this is actually one of those things that you want to fail. You want to fail this if you want to get a new bond. So I want, so we need, and the way it works, I was actually looking back over this, it's not just, you don't just have this new bond with the individual who did something. You actually get it with everyone present. So, Benedict and Hank, I want you to add, and let me roll a dice here real quick, just to see what we've got. Let me roll a d4. All right, Benedict and Hank, I need you to add a new bond on your sheet. You need to add 2 new bonds. You need to add, both of you, add one for, Hank needs to add one for Benedict and Busiak. And Benedict needs to add one for Busiak. And wait.
We're already,
meant?
me and Benedict are already bonded.
Yeah, we already bonded.
Oh,
Hank
okay.
saved me before.
Okay.
Other way around.
Then go ahead and you need to add. Let's see, Hank, if you're already bonded to Benedict, go ahead and add. Instead, let me roll another d4 here for this.
It automatically
Add
filled
3
in 5 for me on a
to
new bond.
Benedict. Yeah, and I rolled that dice earlier. If you guys have new bonds with each other, or if you now are bonded with Busiak, which you both are, started at 5 because I rolled the max on that.
Sweet.
So Busiak passed his sanity check, so he does not get a new bond with these
It's
guys.
just another day in
It's
the
just
life
another
of
day at the
Busiak.
office.
God damn.
Yeah,
Rich get richer.
he saves people all day. That's just, it's who he is. It's why
And he
we
just
love
what?
him. It's why
He slightly twisted his ankle doing that massive barrel roll off the ship that came
Right.
crashing down. He's like, ain't nothing.
Yeah, this is why we all
Good
love
stuff.
Benedict. Or I love Busiak. Oh, and by the way,
you were right.
you two. Oh, okay, my bad. And by the way, yeah. So unless I'm mistaken, I will roll. Well, so for Benedict and Hank, I do need you. Do you guys have any other bonds remaining?
Yes.
I got Hank and Busiak.
You got Hank and Busiak. So
They're my only friends.
you're not even Papua New Guinea.
No,
at this
Papua New
point.
Guinea was gone at some point. I can't remember.
Okay, well,
why.
Benedict, you're good. You don't have anyone left to lose.
No.
Unless you want to lose some of that old bond with Benedict Potts now.
It's Benji Potts. No, he's gone. 0.
Okay.
Once
Hank.
your bond dies, you lose that access to the bond, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd
Okay.
be thematically
Well, thanks
fun.
for like fucking just
Oh yeah.
screwing that knife right there.
Twisting the knife.
Yeah. But for Brad, what bonds do you have remaining?
3 with Cindy and 4 with Sons. Version 2.
Hobo son.
From one of those bonds, I need you to subtract 1 for deepening your bond with Benedict.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
All
a
right.
good laugh.
No, yeah, that's a good laugh. Oh, and I'm sorry, both of you. Your bond with Busiak should be half of your charisma, is what it should be at.
Oh.
Cool.
That's what it should be at. But Hank, I need you to remove 1d4. Or sorry, well, I already rolled it earlier. I need you to remove 4 from one of your bonds as well. You need to destroy one of your bonds. Your bonds is deepening with your crew. The trauma bonding is removing your connection to someone else.
I'm
So
just
is it
gonna-
gonna
What'll it be? Wasn't Cindy a waitress? Wait, who is Cindy?
He works in the marshal's office.
Yeah, she was like the
That's
records
right.
person.
He's like a
I
clerk of
remember
sorts.
Cindy.
I'm gonna
Probably
just
the only one.
I'm just gonna delete my sons in quotes.
It's finally happened.
Maybe
Intense.
Hank's just like he's really he's
all right,
come
guys,
to
I
terms
think-
that he's just estranged from his real sons, and that these are just random men in his house.
Finally. Excellent.
How long is how long has it been since Hank abandoned his homeless sons in his apartment and left them with nothing but what was it, soup to eat?
Right.
Do you think they're all dead?
I mean, they're grown men as well. Dace, come on.
At this
It's not like they're cats in the house, trapped in the house.
Did Hank lock them in from the outside?
This is the point where our scene shifts to a landlord slamming on Hank's door of his apartment. He's like, Hank, I have to come in. I'm coming in. And he opens the door and just sees the place. It's just piles of soup cans. Like, you know, and like all these like nests built all around the house. And the guys are all gone. They're just gone. They've like one of the windows is broken. It looks like they went out onto the fire escape. They didn't open the window. They broke it. And then went out that way.
It's like beep, like fire alarms going off.
Right.
No battery.
Another plot line successfully resolved.
Excellent. Well, listen. I think we
barely
can
knew
probably
you.
end Impossible Landscapes there. I feel like we've all gotten what we wanted. I feel like this is a great place to close the campaign. We're done.
They didn't even leave a note.
No, they didn't.
Cut
So
back to
that is
wait. Cut back to us two, and I'll just be like, Hank, do you ever think of your sons? I realize I don't think of Papua New Guinea anymore. I don't think he cares. I don't think Papua New Guinea cares for me anymore. It's been too much time.
You got boys, Hank? How old are your boys?
I haven't told you this, Benedict, but I feel I've been living in a fantasy world for too long. I've been estranged from my sons for quite some time. Just random men I was hanging out with. My apartment. That I gave names that sounded like my sons, but they weren't.
when
all
you
gonna
say it
die
out
here.
loud. Jesus.
What do you mean they were just random guys who were hanging out in your apartment? What are you talking about?
You mean Jethro, Jonah, Jude, Julius, and JJ?
Are those their actual names, Hank?
I don't even know anymore.
Oh, God.
Just staring.
It's okay. It's okay, man.
To be clear, to deal with the loss of your estranged sons, you took in random homeless men into your apartment
And named them.
as a way to deal with the loss.
Everybody copes in their own way.
That is entirely accurate. Busiak. We've been through hell and back, and we're going deeper. But somehow I feel more connected to you than I do my own sons.
Oh, Christ almighty.
And the funny thing is, Busiek, it's not mutual. You were not bonded to them, they're bonded to you.
And
funny.
Benedict's like nodding furiously. Yeah, Hank.
Yeah.
Busiak is. I don't think I've met a better man.
I would,
All right, let's calm down now.
I would think you kindly to never bring up my sons or the men that lived in my house ever again.
With pleasure.
All right. Well, listen. So you guys are here. You are on the edge of this burnt out no man's land that you crossed. That you managed to thinly get through this bombardment. And yes, two of you are unnaturally healed at this time due to the nature of this place. But what is Busiak at for HP? So he took some damage.
Let's see.
So I think you guys
11 out of 15.
All right, so Busiak, he's a big beefy boy, right? So he's still doing okay. But so now you guys are here, and you need to move on. You need to move past. Like, the quicker you get away from this place, you feel like the safer you'll be. But it seems like around every corner there's some fucking problem. So what are you guys gonna do?
I guess. Let me think.
Is it still an active war zone? Like, is there still ordnance fallen? And
Yeah. You guys are still very much in this area, and like 360 degrees around you. Every now and then you hear those. Whether it is the sounds of maybe mortar shells in the far distance off to your right, and small arms fire off this way. Yes, a random shout, and then a pained scream. Like forward and behind. Like, you guys are still pushing through. It's still around you.
is there a sewer system?
We tried this. We were attempting to do that at
We got chased away.
The fucking thing that killed Benji reached out at Hank.
Right.
Uh,
You guys ascended down into a basement in an attempt to find a sewer, and you were kind of chased back up as you saw basically back into the labyrinth, like when you were down there. And so
I don't
think
that's the way through Busiak. I saw horrors
And
that
Joe-
we saw.
Joe also described like the entire landscape in the distance. It's like the equivalent of a skybox in a game. It's just that thing that's always out on the periphery, and the palace itself just felt like it was constantly on the periphery.
Yeah.
well, we got any ideas?
Well, I'm feeling pretty spry at the moment. I wouldn't mind just huffing it, running full force as fast as we can instead of stealthily through this horrible battlefield.
Straight shot, all or nothing. I like it.
I'm in.
Just push through.
So we're just gonna sprint towards the palace.
Okay.
I'll race you there,
Yeah.
Hank. And he takes off.
Chase me, Hank. A foot race. Hey, keep in mind, you guys are like
coming.
wearing these like uniforms that have bullet holes in them, right? They were taken off of dead men, and like, and you guys are this blasted out landscape, these
Right.
buildings that have, suffered. And then here we have Benedict and Hank, like slow motion, like running. No, it's grimmer. It's grimmer than that. Okay, so who's leading the way as we're moving through here?
I guess Hank will, since he feels he's been healed. He feels more himself.
Okay. And so you guys are just going to move towards the palace? Is that just the goal here still?
Yep,
Okay.
straight line.
Very
I
quickly.
imagine we're like jogging.
Yeah. We know, and again, it's like, there is this element of like, sometimes you look down a street and it terminates on like a kind of like cul-de-sac thing, and then you look back and now it's a straight, or like a T-junction or something like that. Carcosa tends to kind of move fluidly around you. And, and there's a point where like you guys are not becoming necessarily adjusted to it, but it's just the expectation that moving is not as easy as it seems. Hank, make me that sanity check. Let's see what we do here.
Success.
Ooh, I just realized Hank's sanity is 33. Man,
It's
he is
very low.
he is not doing well. Yeah.
Just came
Okay.
to terms with his sons
Yeah.
abandoning him.
Should he get sanity for that? Probably not.
Absolutely not. No.
Should I get sandy
Wow,
points
you
for
really
going more
shut that
insane?
He was delusional before, so there's an argument.
Okay,
But I'm not gonna
so
make it.
here's what we need from Hank here then. Hank, you're moving around, but Hank kind of defaults back to his normal way to navigate up this weird space, and it's not working out. If you want to continue to make good time here, you either need to give me a willpower point or take a point of sanity damage. What do we think?
I gotta give you a will point. A
Okay.
willpower point.
What's that put you at?
9.
Okay, still doing good. You still got some spare there. Okay, one good push and you get close. Right. All right. So yeah. So Hank, you through sheer willpower, you almost, and maybe one of you guys as you're watching, Hank taking the lead here. There's a time where maybe Hank is gets frustrated, that he turns around, he takes 2 alleys in a row and they're like all exact carbon copies of each other, like the location of the dumpster in the alleyway and the debris at the end. And at one point in time, like Hank gets frustrated, and maybe one of you catch out of the corner of your eye like a new opening in the alleyway kind of like manifest itself, as almost as if like Hank imparts his will upon the very landscape and forces it to yield to him in this strange place. So, could I get one of you guys, Jean, why don't, just so I can have one person do this. Jean, can you roll me a d6?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we do here.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Excellent. Okay.
Did I do good?
Oh, you did great. I want you to know that you did super good. So, you guys are making your way, and again, like you're making pretty good time. 2 of you are feeling significantly better, and Busiak, you're not in the worst shape either. You're still doing pretty well. You guys are making your way, and there is a point where you do become a little tired, and it's like, okay, let's just take a breather here. The street looks pretty safe. It doesn't look like there's really much going on, and you guys take. I don't know, maybe there's like, an area where there previously looks like there might have been a battle here before, but there are no bodies, maybe just like a few sandbags and stuff, and maybe you guys just take refuge, like in one of these like rings of sandbags, like at a juncture in the streets with a, dilapidated and destroyed, busted apartments kind of rising on all sides of you. As you guys are here, can I get all of you to give me alertness checks? As you guys are here, and I imagine it's in your best interest, even if you're taking a breather, to kind of stay aware of what's going on, right?
Success from everyone.
Successes all around.
Yeah, successes across the board. God, I forget how good Hank's alertness is. 82.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He got a 75.
He doesn't even need to
and
roll.
That's
Yeah,
why he's
yeah.
so insane. He's so aware of what's going on.
Too aware. Yeah. So you guys are all here, and you're like kind of taking a breather. You're like hunkered down, and you have your weapons and stuff, and you're paying attention. But it seems like the fighting is a little far away. And Hank is the first one to hear it, but you all get it pretty quickly. The sound of you hear something that sounds almost like it starts off. The sound of like water being poured out onto the ground, like that slapping.
No.
But okay. So Dace, when you pour water out of a container onto so I need you to get up from your computer and go outside real quick. Right. So when you guys hear the sound that sounds almost like water lapping on stones, right? This like slapping kind of sound. But it seems like it's growing closer down one of the streets. And you guys are surprised to see a group of what looks like men. Their heads are all shaved. They are skeletally thin, and they are clothed in like black and white striped like prisoner uniforms, and they're just rags just hanging off of them. Like they're emaciated, and some of them are shackled to each other, and some of them are like carrying these comical big iron weights with them as they go. But they are rail thin, and they are panicked looking, and they break toward your position, and it looks like they're gonna run either straight, like in this place where you've taken refuge. They're gonna run like straight by you, and there's very unlikely they're not gonna see you. But they're like coming your way. They definitely are like, they're like casting glances behind them and stuff like that. They're definitely running from something, and they're running.
What are they
toward
pouring?
you. No, you realize that the sound is the sound of their bare feet on the cobblestones. Like a group of like almost a dozen people just like slap, 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 like, and some of their feet, you can tell from here, some of them are bruised and bloodied, and almost all their feet are like torn to shreds.
Looks like a group of prisoners. Probably.
You ever see that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, you think they'll be as comedic as that trio?
Oh God, I hope so. I could use some laughs.
Jesus.
Regardless, I don't. They're probably not enemies.
Do you think they know anything?
What
are they running from?
I think it might be
Should
wise.
we be running right now?
Maybe it'd be wise to, when they get close enough, ask them what they're going for, what they're running from.
Yeah. All right. Are they approaching us? Are they like within hailing distance?
Is there here's what I'd like to do. Is there in this alleyway an opening we can be like, hey, come this way?
Probably you could like direct them maybe back the way you've come if you're trying to get them to relative safely, unless you're trying to like draw them into like a pit trap or something.
No, like draw them into a area of shelter.
Okay. And you're watching, and it's like, and more and more of them come. It looks like there's almost like 30 of them, and they're all like plodding along, and some of them helping each other, and some of them just like...
Hank, these aren't your sons, but if you want, we can hang out with them a little bit.
Hang out with
It's
them
a deep cut, Benedict. That's messed up.
That's fresh. Very fresh. Okay. So is Busiak gonna shout out to them? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Hey, over here.
And can I be reminded, which of you is wearing... Two of you are wearing black wind uniforms, and one of you is wearing the King's Forces uniforms. Do you remember?
I think Busiak was the outlier.
Okay. So two of you are in
Wait,
black.
There was talk of a Wookiee trick.
Yes, there was. I mean, like the you're too short to be a stormtrooper kind of stuff. Yeah, so Busiak stands up from where you are, and you wave, like, hey, or whatever you say. They're the group of men. They see you, and at first they stop. Like the one in front of them like kind of stops, and the others like kind of pile into them, and they fall over each other like they're just like skin and bones.
Busiak erupts in laughter,
which is really appropriate as they all seem to come back up to their feet, and in some cases begin to run at you on all fours, screaming and shouting as they go.
Dude, they look angry.
They look crazy. They look
they're running at us
wild.
on all fours.
Oh fuck!
Do they seem cool?
Guys, I think we fucked up.
So, what do you guys do in this moment? These guys, they're just like they're coming at you, like the ones that have these big iron balls. They're like raising them above their heads. With what little strength they have.
Oh shit!
Guys, we gotta run.
Yeah, I'd say run or hide.
Okay,
Vods.
let's run.
All chained together.
Run!
All right.
Okay. So you guys are going to start to beat feet. I'm going to need some athletics or dexterity checks or something to
No problem.
to hump it out of here.
Failed dex for Hank.
Success for Busiak.
Failure from Benedict.
Okay. All right. So Busiak was the only one who succeeded. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Busiak, these two are lagging behind you. And I'm going to make some rolls here.
So they see them wearing the other uniforms, and that doesn't change their disposition at all?
It doesn't seem to. Yeah, they seem to be panicked, crazed. And looking at them now, Busiak, doesn't Busiak have like a little bit of like medical kind of knowledge of some type?
EMT
Pretty good.
type training.
Busiak, like you don't know how these people are walking. Like you would imagine that they're almost probably on the edge of death anyway. It's like they're probably crazed. They look to have escaped from something. They all have like prisoner numbers on their on their chest. Those who have that whose their shirts are either on or not kind of rags just on them. You don't know what has happened to these people. So, but I will say, luckily for you, for the two of you who are not getting on as well, there seems to be a lot of chaos in this group. And again, there's like 30 of these people. Like, there's a lot of chaos as like some of them are running forward and some of them are like almost like trying to hide and stuff like that. But eventually the whole group does get up, but it's moving slowly and it's not like gaining on you guys. Busiak, because Busiak is making the push here, can I get a sanity check as you break off? You're trying to find a way away from these guys.
All right. Success.
Okay.
764.
So again, Busiak is just a bit too level-headed and a bit too grounded in the old reality to navigate Carcosa well. Would you like to implore your will or even give up a piece of your sanity to make a way here?
No.
Okay. If that is the case, then you guys find yourself Busiak, maybe there's a section where there's like a road that goes over this one. There's like a bridge, like big stone bridge with a walkway underneath it. And you say to the guys, you're like over here, like follow me. It's like, and you go this way, and you get to the other side, and seemingly on all sides there is debris, like just piled up. It looks like you might have found yourself a bit of a dead end.
Hell.
So, at that, everyone go ahead and give me some more. Or what do we want to do now? So you guys kind of find yourself in this debris cul-de-sac.
Are they still chasing us?
Yes, they are still very much chasing you. You have, I would say that you have a few moments here to kind of.
And I give up one of my willpower to find a way out.
If you want to try to find a way, then you could roll a sanity check and then.
Okay.
And then blow through some willpower if necessary. If that's what you want to do, is Hank going to be like, we gotta find a way out?
I don't know. Do we shoot these guys? It doesn't look like they're friendly. That was my mistake.
don't think we have ammo. We don't have enough ammo. Let's keep running.
I got an axe. We could slaughter them like sheep.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
so
them. They're
dark.
emaciated. Crush them like cockroaches.
Did I see on this thing we have 10 sticks of dynamite? Because we disarmed that bomb.
Yeah.
Is this what you wanted, Joe?
Yeah, you do.
Let's throw the dynamite.
Busiak is not actually on board with this.
Okay.
Hank, I'm with you. Let's do this.
Busiak wants
think
to
it's
chop him with an
Bus-
axe, but he doesn't want to blow him up with dynamite.
Makes no
Well,
sense.
Busiak is
was
the
a
one.
joke.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think Busiak is the one with the demo skill, so he would be the one to do the dynamite. So what are you guys doing? These guys are coming.
Yeah, I think
Hank doesn't
we
want
have to fight.
risk. Yeah, he doesn't want to risk his sanity anymore. So he's gonna yell out one final time. He's like, halt, stop, something.
Okay. They
Benedict's
pour
gonna be like-
through. Go ahead.
Benedict's gonna tell Busiak, Busiak, get that dynamite ready.
No, you fucking crazy?
Busiak, do it. There's
Well,
30
what is
people.
Busiak's hesitation here?
Oh, he doesn't want to be a mass murderer.
Okay.
I don't.
Busiak,
If it's be-
I don't
so
think these
Busiak
guys
is
are here to
between-
talk. Busiak.
if the choice is between throwing some dynamite and a crowd of 30 people chained together and burning some will or sanity to find an alternate route, Busiak is going to do the latter.
Busiak doesn't
If
know
he's still
though.
got time.
He can't know that he's gonna find a way out. We're trapped.
No, but in the narrative, he could panically look around for
Right.
an escape.
well, and that's what happens on the character side is that the character is looking around and then miraculously finds a way. They don't know they're
Fine.
burning willpower.
God damn it, Busiak, give me that.
So-
and Benedict will take the dynamite, and he's gonna be ready.
Is Busiak going to permit this?
By
Yeah,
the way,
sure.
by
I
the
think
way,
he's more occupied with looking for a way out.
Okay.
Benedict has
I
zero
will.
demolitions. Just FYI.
Well,
But he's
demolitions.
scared.
The demolition skill would not be so much, and we had said previously these sticks of dynamite do not have fuses, but you can shoot dynamite to explode it.
Cool.
And-
I forgot that.
And I did say that you guys came under this stone bridge thing into this dead end, and so it would make sense that there is a bit of a choke point. So if Benedict wants to get maximum slaughter out of this what he's about to do.
We just need options. Hank, I'm gonna throw it. You get ready if we need to, but god damn it, Busiak, if you don't find a way, those people are gonna be a goddamn pig.
Busiak, try to get them to stop running at us or something, but if they come close enough, it's gonna be us or them.
So
I fear.
Benedict throws it. We lose one stick of dynamite. He's gonna throw it.
No.
All right, I need you to make me, I believe, a dexterity check to see how well you throw that. Unless is there a throw skill in Delta Green?
No.
There might not be. Yeah, dex
He
check.
got
How do you
a
do?
61.
Is that
over
a
60.
pass? It's not going to go where you want.
Thing where he throws it and it falls out the back of his hand and just drops behind him.
Now it's just sitting. No, it was it's not like a. Well, I mean, I don't even know how I'd play a critical fail in this situation. It definitely does not go where you want it. It does not go into the middle of this little walkway, this little small tunnel that you guys just came out of. It goes off to the side.
Maybe it makes
and I
it
guess,
harder to shoot at or something.
Yeah, I
hides
will say
behind
that
a rock.
it does land where it might affect some people who are coming through this thing. But that's what Benedict does. What is Busiak doing?
He's looking for a way out.
Okay.
He's frantically searching. What should I do?
Make a sanity check as you are attempting to make sense of this place.
Sanity check. I want to fail. Success. I can't
Every
stop
fucking
succeeding.
Would you like to go a little bit insane or burn some willpower?
As in lose sanity or burn willpower?
You will lose 1 sanity or 1 willpower if you want to bend Carcosa to your will.
I will take 1 sanity point
All right.
away.
So that brings you down to what, 63? Is that right?
Yeah.
Where's your next breaking point? Is Busiak's pretty fresh still?
52.
Okay. Yeah, you got a little ways to go. Okay. Busiak, you are able to, as you are, like climbing, like maybe you're like actually going up and you've got your axe. You're a firefighter. You're used to kind of going through debris and you're putting those skills to the test. But again, you're still too grounded in your old reality, in your old world. There's a moment where you, in the frustration and the madness of all this and how ridiculous it is, you reach out and you pull a piece of debris down and you see behind it there is a door. There is a door, and right as you're about to axe into it, not even thinking, maybe he stops himself and he actually reaches out and pulls the doorknob. And it opens. And there's some, like, on one of these buildings that's covered up with debris, like, you think you've actually found an entrance into the building itself.
Hey, Benedict, over here.
Okay.
Crack
Door
Fox.
over here.
Crack Fox.
Crap. I'm unfamiliar.
From a cat's face.
Oh, okay.
Peach hat.
Hank runs to the door.
Okay.
Same.
All right, so in this time, let's see how quick on their feet these guys are. This group, not very quick. That's the first time I rolled a 95. The second time I rolled an 85. These are like, and they're not well. Like, they're clambering, maybe even being squeezed through this small space. They again kind of like stumble over each other, and they're mad. They're crazed. And there's, and Busiak, I think, having been the one who's like. It's funny, it seems like these two are so jaded at this juncture. They're just like, anyone who means us harm is done. But Busiak seems to still have that element of like, I don't want to hurt these people. They don't seem, like they're the victims here kind of stuff, as Busiak's trying to find you guys a way out. And you guys slam this door, and Busiak, you see that the door is quite heavy. Like, it's quite like a big, heavy door, and it has like a good bar on it, like a good latch. And you slam the latch shut as you guys find yourself in what might have been like an old jewelry store or something like that. Like, all the glass cases are busted now, but you see that you guys, and you hear the sounds of fist and fingernails and shouting in a language that you guys probably know as Tartesian. Like from the other side as they're attempting to get through this door, and after a while, you guys, I imagine, and this is probably the moment where you guys are all standing there with your weapons, whether axes or firearms, like at the door. And after a while, they seem to lose interest, and the crowd kind of shuffles off, moaning in pain, and like barely making it, some of them, as you guys seem to have avoided this particular bit of danger for the time being.
We lost some good dynamite.
It was just
Actually,
one, Hank.
You go
And
out
it
there
wasn't
get
a
it, I'm just
terrible
saying.
throw.
We lost some really good dynamite.
Talking about the important stuff. No, it's like, so my question is here now. So Busiak was like, no, we can't kill 30 people. And Benedict's like, I'm throwing the dynamite. Hank, you need to shoot it. Like, what is that like now that this group of people is moving away?
Busiak, I don't think you understand. Like, we don't have any friends in this place. You cannot hesitate next time.
If you embrace this place fully, you will lose your humanity. I spent months in the night floors. I went to some dark places. I almost lost myself. You gotta treat them like humans.
he says, covered in his mannequin bits body armor.
Except for the mannequins. Fuck the mannequins.
Oh, look. Luciak, I respect
Hank will
that,
roll. Sorry, go ahead.
but... go ahead, that's fine. Hank interjects.
I roll alertness. What do I see about the interior of this base we've found?
Again, looks to have been completely ransacked from all valuables, and like it definitely is like you think that this is maybe again like a jewelry store or something where like something luxurious and expensive was sold. There's like glass cases, they're all busted. You know, there's like one of those big cash registers. If you go in the back, there appears to be an office with scattered papers and like several safes that are all lying open. It appears to be like this was a secure location. This was a fairly secure place, but there's nothing of value here. Oh yeah.
Well,
Mount.
I guess it's back on the old dusty trail.
Can we... Okay, before we carry on, can we just agree on some kind of rules of engagement? We don't know what we're in for. We've almost been killed multiple times. If it weren't for you, Buziak. I want us to get through this. Like, I want us to get through this. And I don't think we're going to take anyone with us. Not even Abigail. I don't think she's coming back with us. It's just us.
Look, all I'm saying, if it's a choice between killing and running, that ain't no choice at all. I ain't gonna kill people needlessly, but if I have to, yeah, I'll do it. I have done it. I ain't gonna hesitate, Benedict. Not when it matters. I mean, we got through just fine. I found a fucking door and a pile of rubble. Look, we're fine. Like, pats Benedict on the cheek. What are you worried about?
All right,
Wow.
Booze.
Well, listen.
If you weren't so goddamn handsome.
It's so strong. It's smart. Well, listen. As you guys are hunkered down, maybe finally getting that rest that you meant to get back there, it's probably a good place to take a bit of a break.
Do we
things are
actually take a
complicated
short nap?
here.
Do we take a short nap in this little jewelry store?
Again, anyone with their bingo cards out for Jean argues for some type of bonus or something. Go ahead and can you double mark it? Can you double mark a bingo card?
So is that a
How
yes?
it works.
We get a short nap to get my
I mean, I think,
It's
in John's defense, I think, you know, even though there's not day and night necessarily in this place, it seems like we have been on the run for a minute now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can rest
Thank you.
if you want to.
yay.
Everyone, roll a sanity check, please.
Oh,
Failure.
Failure. And Busiak
success for
succeeds
Busiak.
every time.
Okay. So, everyone. Hold on.
Is this a cliffhanger, Joe?
This is not really a cliffhanger. Everyone, go ahead and those of you who succeeded. Well, everyone, just go ahead. If you're missing HP, you guys are going to stay here for a few hours and rest up, take a shift or so. Go ahead and if you're missing HP, roll a Constitution check. Take that HP back. The rest of you.
oh shit! I got a fumble on Constitution. What does that mean?
Oh, good question. Good question. What does a fumble when it comes time to heal mean? Love that.
He chokes on his own chicken bone that he had in his pocket.
Let me see. Oh, well, yeah, he pulls out a chicken bone and just puts it in his mouth.
Starts putting it in his like, no,
And
stop
immediately chokes on it.
that.
Right.
It's like, goodbye, cruel world. It's time to end this farce.
Chicken bone.
Yeah, as you try to maybe Busiak, you tried to heal yourself previously. And now when you failed that sanity check that seemed to, about the way this place worked, as you go to rest, by the time Busiak wakes up, he realizes that his stitches have all popped. And that in the adrenaline, he didn't realize it. He takes 1 damage.
That's harsh.
It is harsh. Everyone roll 1d6 to regain some willpower. Yeah.
I got a 5. Yes!
It's good. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you, Joe.
And
I just feel like you're not supportive all the time.
Right. Well, good. That's how it should be. That's how it should feel. Things should feel hard. But yeah, so you guys rest. Some of you rest better than others. Busiak, who's been who's been doing great. It's not the best thing to be the most sane person in the party in Carcosa. Like, that's a rough hand. So it has benefits, but it has risks too. But you guys, with the door bolted and taking shifts, you guys rest in this place, just sleeping or resting on the bare floor. As you guys bed down, I think for the first time in Carcosa. But gentlemen, that's a good place for us to take a break real quick. Everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you. Thank you, of course, Pumpkin and Inwills for joining us again. When you guys threw the dynamite, Inwills did say, hope someone's a good shot. Because you guys, we could definitely have gotten to problems where you're sitting here with this horde coming at you, and Hank is just like plinking off into the distance.
Well, we had 9 more sticks.
I'm sure it worked out. I'm sure it worked out just fine.
Well, we'll tackle that later.
Yeah. But everyone listening and watching, thank you for joining us. You like this? You want to get episodes a week early? Head over to the Patreon. You've heard the spiel before. Like us on the social medias and stuff. Tell a friend about us. Really appreciate it. Really helps. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Back at you.
Thank you. And next time, let's see. You guys think you might make it to the palace eventually, or you just want to be stuck in no man's land forever?
No, this is fun, but
I will bet money that we reach the palace next session.
Oh, okay.
I will bet $500 right now.
I will take that bet, and then I will just subvert your attempts. Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you, guys. We will catch you next time. And remember, as always, stay safe and stay sane. Bye.